2016 was a very interesting time for Ninjago, because Skybound is a very divisive season, and the other Ninjago release for the year, Day of the Departed, is widely considered one of the worst releases. But if you ask me, 2016 was an amazing time for Ninjago minifigures and sets. Because the Skybound wave and the Day of the Departed wave has some absolutely amazing sets and some very sought after sets to this very day. And let's just say that the minifigures as well were definitely on point. So that's gonna be this video, continuing my review of every single wave of Ninjago Ninja minifigures, because this episode is gonna be covering the Skybound suits, and also the version of Wu that came along with them. And if you own these minifigures, let me know what you think of them, and whether or not you would recommend them, as I will explain my opinion on them at the very end of the video. But other than that, let's take a look at them. And let's just say the Skybound minifigures are absolutely amazing. They are some of my personal favourites and very nostalgic suits, I have to say. And there's a lot of interesting things about each of them. Taking a lot of inspiration from the deep stone suits, sharing the mask and the leg printing for the most part, these suits are very interesting, but also celebrate the graduation of the ninja learning air jitsu. And I have to say, you can mainly see that in the torso prints. But even though they do share those similarities, they do come off as very unique suits in comparison to the Deepstone ones, to the point where I don't really acknowledge them as being reused. I just consider them as a new iteration of the suits. But I have to say, in a lot of ways I probably do prefer these ones to the Deepstone suits. Not to mention the brand new introduction of the new armor piece, which has one shoulder pad and both the swords going along the same side of the back. And I have to say, at the time, these were really cool to see, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on these new armor pieces, because until now, all we really had was the ZX shoulder armor, which are very nice and very nice to have still to this day, but getting something new at the time was definitely nice. But to get into the ninja more individually, there are 3 that I'm going to cover together and 3 that I'm going to cover individually, because Kai, Lloyd and Zane, for the most part, didn't actually have anything new with these minifigures apart from what they all got. But that doesn't take away from the fact that they are really nice. Each of them, of course, like I said, have these new torso prints, and also incorporate more of the elemental color, but where the Deepstone suits didn't. But I really do think this was a welcomed addition. Each suit or torso having a very nice back printing as well, because all of them had this very nice winged piece, obviously to represent air jitsu, but also having each of their elemental symbols. And unfortunately, the shoulder armor did cover this up, but it's a very nice bit of printing nonetheless. But other than those differences, they all do share similar printing when it comes to their Deepstone suits. Because like I said, the leg printing's the same, apart from Zane's, which doesn't have the blades on the legs, but of course that's because this suit doesn't have it. But the head prints are the same, and like I said, the masks are the same as well. But that's not exactly a bad thing at all, because spoiler alert, Zane is one of my personal favorites of the Deepstone suits and also the Skybound suits. So it's one of those things where being unique doesn't make it the best of the bunch, but it's just how the execution is actually performed. The only other thing I guess to mention is the fact that, like all of the ninja, the main accessories for all of them is going to be the golden katanas, because those are the weapons they use at the end of Season 6. And well, they look amazing. I just don't know what else to really say, because they don't really have much in the way of unique weapons this time round. But like I said, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing at all. But that's basically the most part with all of these 3, so let's move on to some of the ninja which have more unique things for these suits. Starting off with Cole, he honestly shares for the most part everything the same as all the other ninja, having that really nice torso print with the nice winged back. And again, I have to say, I absolutely love it, because the elemental color they use this time round is that more grey finish, and I have to say it is a personal favourite, and any Cole suit that incorporates this is definitely up there for me. The main thing when it comes to Cole is the fact that he finally got an official ghost head print, and I have to say, this is possibly one of my favourite head prints in Ninjago, and one I wish we definitely saw more, but unfortunately, he didn't really stay a ghost for long, so it's one of those ones where we got it, and unfortunately that was it. But like I said, that head print is absolutely amazing because it is a dual-sided head. It has one that's very stoic and very stern, more in vein with the original Cole head print, and the other side being this really nice smirk, which we actually do see pop up one more time in human form on the stone armor Cole. So it's nice to see it pop back up at that point in time. But like I said, I really do think this is a really nice head print, and one I actually do put on my Deep Stone Cole as well. But other than that little bit of uniqueness, and it's basically just a standard Cole minifigure at that, because I already said about the torso print, which is very nice, but like I said, it's the Deep Stone legs and the Deep Stone mask. So it's a really nice minifigure, I have to say, and one of another of my personal favorites, especially in terms of Cole minifigures. But like I said, other than that head print, it's relatively standard, but it's still one that's absolutely amazing. Next up though, in terms of the ninja, is going to be Nia, and even though she is fairly standard in terms of the Skybound suits, I did want to bring her up separately, because I do have a separate issue with her. I actually did make a short on Nia before now, and well, I wasn't exactly positive about her, and there's definitely a couple reasons why for this. But that's mainly because, even though she is fairly standard in terms of the ninja, and all of her pieces are actually unique, it's just too much in the wrong direction for me. And that comes down to a couple of factors, mainly being that the lack of azure in her print is just kind of distracting. In my opinion, Nia needs to have blue in her actual outfit because, well, she's the water ninja, and all she's got is in her symbol and in the wing print on the back, but the rest of it is just a dark red, and I'm going to be honest with you, it just doesn't really suit the suit. It just looks a bit off. And the other thing, of course, is the fact that we are still continuing on with the phase of Nia having a city head. And I absolutely detest this head. We only have one more minifigure until it's gone, which is very nice. But the fact that we did keep getting this city head throughout is just kind of a shame. But like I said, if we're removing all those little factors, the leg printing is nice. It's an alteration on Kai and Jay's by the looks of it. The head print, like I said, is terrible. The mask is obviously just a new colored variant of the Deep Stone hood, which is nice to see. And like I said, the torso is nice, but the color and the head print is what just takes away from this minifigure for me and just makes it a bad minifigure overall. And well, I still would recommend it because it's used to complete the Skybound suits, even though she only wore it in one episode. But it's still just one that I don't really like, and one when I look at it, it kind of just takes away. And there's a reason why so many people added blue to the suit. But that officially does bring us on to the final ninja of this wave, which of course is Jay, and I've left him till last because he's the main character and he has a completely unique head print, because other than that, like all the other ninja, has a very lovely torso print, has the same deep stone legs, the same deep stone mask, but it is just again that head print. Because this, of course, is the head print that represents Jay as a pirate. And I have to say, again, in similar vein to the Cole one, this is possibly one of my favorite head prints in all of Ninjago. Because it's just got everything going for it, and it's just got such a presence about it. He does actually have an alternative head print as well, which is this very interesting Jay smirk. And I have to say, this is the only time we see this head print, and I actually don't mind it at all. I just think that the eye patch one definitely blows it out of the water. But like I said, this is possibly one of the best Jay minifigures that's actually out there. Let me know if you do want a tier list on that, by the way, because I do want to do that. And like I said, just one of those minifigures that just has a presence, and one I always find myself coming back to. And that is about it for all of the ninja minifigures of the Skybound wave, but it does leave one more to talk about, and that is the Master Wu. And I have to say, this is one of the worst ones. Wu, a character which was basically not even in Skybound, let's be honest. He was in the first 2 episodes, I believe, and he was in the final one. He has a weird little pilot's hat with goggles, which we never see because he was in this blimp in the set he came in, so he doesn't even have his hat. And then the other thing is that the rest of him is just the Possession Wu, which is an outfit he doesn't even use in the season. So this entire minifigure is just not even canon, and I think they kind of acknowledge that, because this is also one of the cheapest Wu minifigures that are actually out there. And I have to say, in simple terms, don't get this Wu. If you're completing your Skybound collection, maybe, but like I said, just get Possession Wu. Just get any of the other Wus, because this minifigure is surrounded by Possession Wu, which is an amazing minifigure, and the Hands of Time Day of the Departed Wu, which again is another amazing one. So just get any of those. Don't get this one. I don't know why it exists. It's fine for what it is, but there's just no alternative or reason to even have it. And that is going to be my look at the Skybound Ninja. And like I do with all these minifigure reviews, would I recommend it if you're a Ninjago collector, and would I recommend it if you're just looking for a line of ninja? Well, if you're a collector, of course, definitely get all of them. You won't be disappointed. The Skybound line is an amazing addition to your Ninjago collection. But if you're looking just for a line of ninja to have displayed, honestly, you're probably safe bet with these minifigures. All of them are really good in their own way. It's just the Wu is a bit of a compromise. Honestly, if you're just getting the ninja, that's good. If you're thinking of a Wu specifically, then I wouldn't recommend this one. But if you're getting him specifically as a Skybound Wu, then fair enough. And like I said, all the ninja have very big upsides to them, and there's not a bad one. I know I said I don't really like the Nia minifigure, but it's down to my personal preference. But if you are just looking for a line of ninja to have displayed on a shelf, this one has definitely got it for you. But that is about my look at the Skybound Ninja. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of these minifigures. Take care. Okay, bye!